6 top scoring brownies in the extravaganza made on the same day here in this video for you to glean any information to predict who is the winner. Brave Tart included whipped eggs, brown butter, and espresso powder. The Perfect Brownie included brown sugar, neutral oil, and used hot water to bloom the cocoa powder. The Outrageous Brownie used 2 kinds of chocolate, no cocoa powder, and espresso powder. The Perfect Brownie included malt powder. The King Arthur Brownie included espresso powder, and the 6th Street Brownie used cocoa powder and chocolate. Having to make brown butter makes this the most complex of all the methods. Eggs are whipped separately and the chocolate is melted into the brown butter. The cocoa powder is added with the dries. There is only bittersweet chocolate, no unsweetened, and the batter is mixed with a whip attachment to incorporate as much air as possible. What will avoiding unsweetened chocolate and not blooming the cocoa powder do to the final result of this Brave Tart brownie? Percentage of whole eggs is higher than other brownies, and that could be to compensate for the moisture loss in the brown butter. Brown sugar and a good dose of vanilla add flavor. The batter is light in texture and dark in color. The Forever Brownie has some notable ingredients. It's the only one to use whole egg and egg yolk, brown sugar and malt powder, and 2 kinds of fat, neutral oil and melted butter. Before the melted chocolate and fats are added to the batter, boiling hot water is added to the cocoa powder and the eggs. This is dual purpose. 1, to bloom the flavor molecules in the cocoa powder. 2, to help with emulsification by increasing the temperature of the eggs. The Outrageous Brownie is notable for its high percentage of butterfat, higher than any of the other brownies by a good percentage. Both bittersweet and unsweetened chocolate are melted with the butterfat. A high percentage of sucrose, some espresso powder, no cocoa powder, and only whole egg is used on the whip for aeration. The Perfect Brownie uses both unsweetened and bittersweet chocolate, but no cocoa powder, whole egg, malt powder, and a high percentage of sucrose, but the butter fat percentage is one of the lowest of the 6. The King Arthur Brownie uses bittersweet chocolate and no cocoa powder, has a lower percentage of sucrose and a little bit of espresso powder, and it and the Perfect Brownie are the only ones to use baking powder. The sugar and fat are melted together without the chocolate, and the cocoa powder is not bloomed. The batter is whipped on a whisk attachment. The 6th Street Brownie uses cocoa powder and bittersweet chocolate. After the butter and sucrose are melted, the bittersweet chocolate is added until it is melted, and then that is put on the paddle until it cools. The cocoa powder is sifted with the dries and folded in at the end. It has the highest sucrose percentage of all 6 of the brownie recipes, and the least amount of eggs, which includes whole eggs and yolks. If I were to analyze the percentages alone, it would be challenging to choose a winner. So when I looked at the order in which the fats were melted and incorporated, how each batter was aerated, and if the cocoa powder was bloomed or if unsweetened chocolate was used, I could begin to make some predictions, or at least I thought I could. The dry ingredients were all a little bit different, but they were all folded in at the end. So that portion of the method is identical on all 6 recipes. The 2 most surprising things I've learned during this experiment are that 1, the ingredients alone, even their percentages, do not predict a really good outcome. And a really delicious smelling, luxurious batter does not mean the final brownie will be delicious and luxurious. It all comes down to the final bake and that first bite. These recipes live on my Linktree. Take a look at them, watch the video again, and let me know in the comments who you think won. Choosing a winner is subjective, but I will lay out my argument in my next video for who makes the fudgiest, shiniest, crackly-topped brownie of them all.